Hi there! You know, it's so strange. Somebody came in just this morning and donated a book. She said to point people to it if anyone asked about nut drumming, which made very little sense to me, considering this book appears to be unrelated to that. Not that I'm entirely sure what nut drumming is. It was a little peculiar. Just about every sentence she said was a rhyme. Not sure if she meant to do that or if she was just doing it by accident. An interesting woman. I quite liked her. And then here you are asking about that very topic. So, are you a drummer? Am I saying that right? Is this a new thing people are doing? Oh, I'm always so behind the times. Sounds curious indeed. Anyway, the book is called The First Folk and it's on shelf C.
taking new visitors. There's been an incident. But with the storm, well, I'll give you the room we were planning to give the detective. We're just about full otherwise. There's been a theft in one of the rooms. The police are on their way now, though it might take a while. Don't worry though, the thief wouldn't dare strike again. Some sort of important book. Real valuable, I guess, by the way Mr. Historian is reacting. I don't claim to understand what it does. I just know we can't have any thieves making an escape. We've got all kind of weirdos here. I could be just about any one of them. They're all exhausting me. Most of the guests are napping right now though, so it's nice and quiet for the moment. Look, since we've got this shady business going on here, I'm not going to charge you. You can have a room upstairs, first door on your right. At any rate, it looks like you don't have much choice but to stay. The storm is raging out there. My great-great-grandparents built it as a waypoint for expeditions north, and for folks building windmills on the Teefmore Bluffs. It's well past its glory days, and I can't imagine this situation is going to do much to boost its reputation. Not exactly. Well, there was this university student. Strange thing. She arrived around noon, coming from Narva. A few hours later, the historian arrived, followed by Helena and that businessman, Vadim. The student went off to her room. I figured she wanted an early start in the morning. But then she came out a little after sunset, bags all packed, telling me she had to leave and take care of an emergency. I felt bad for her having to leave in the night like that.
Who are you? You don't look like the authorities. Another suspect. When did you get here? Oh, sure. Well, watch yourself. There's a thief on the loose, and no one's even trying to catch them. In my translation book, it contains runes that would allow me to enter and learn more about the Teefmore ruins. It's highly sensitive and confidential information. I was on my way to the ruins when the thief made their move. Very few people know about the translation book. Someone must have been following me. And the authorities. Delayed by a boating mishap. At this rate, the thief is going to slip away in the night. We need clues, leads, anything to move this case along.
Hello, Detective. My name's Belinda, and I'm an open book, I tell you. Any questions you have, I'm completely ready to answer. I don't have a single thing to hide. The only suspicious thing I've seen is that historian. He's been running into our rooms, snatching up our things and dragging them around for others to inspect. It makes you wonder if he isn't trying to cover something up. My sister and I are taking a relaxing vacation. She hardly gets out of the house anymore, and I thought the fresh air out here would do her some good. Knees, thighs, toes, a continual upset stomach. Old age, you might say. I have. It seems that Miss Helena is unwell. I've seen her looking very sick and tired as she moves about the inn. You'll see. Something's wrong with her.
Hi, I'm Amir. You are going to crack this case, right? My girlfriend and I were supposed to play a show tonight. Oh, this is horrible. I don't know if this will help, but there was someone down on the beach late last night. I couldn't sleep, so I was looking out of my window at the lake, searching for inspiration. But yeah, someone was down there. Just past the innkeeper's counter. You can go in, the door's unlocked. We figured since we don't have any interesting books, we're probably safe from the thief. I couldn't tell. They seemed like they might be tall, maybe, but certainly mysterious. Just past the innkeeper's counter. You can go in, the door's unlocked. We figured since we don't have any interesting books, we're probably safe from the thief. That businessman, Vadim, he's pretty strange, obsessed with money. He's given me several nasty looks. And the woman over in the corner, Belinda, she keeps giggling at everyone.
You're making great strides, Detective. I know you'll have this sorted out in no time. Oh. Right. Well, anyway, I'm sure you'll find the culprit. As soon as the criminal still hasn't been found, I've taken the liberty of locking everyone's boat ashore. Shouldn't be travelling in the storm anyway. Why don't you take these keys and continue investigation of the suspects in their rooms? Just about everyone in this area has an opinion on them. Indigenous people think no one should even look at them. Most everyone else just wants to see what's inside. I had a pal who snuck inside when we were kids. She wouldn't tell me what she saw in there though. Kinda doubt she actually did it.
Are you the authorities? Do you paint the crime scene to help find clues? Okay, well, my boyfriend and I really need to get off this lake. We're supposed to be playing a show in Narva tonight, but the innkeeper won't let anyone leave. It's so frustrating. We've never played anywhere important, and the one chance we get, this has to happen. A book was stolen. It must contain the meaning of life, because I can't see any other reason it would be such a big deal. We got here yesterday afternoon. We ate dinner, played some music, and went to bed. I heard some scuffling in the middle of the night, but I just thought it was rats. Ugh, they're everywhere. It's such a bad situation. The indigenous people just want the land to stay sacred. All they ask is that no one goes in the ruins. But the university is constantly sending people over to investigate. They want to extract the artifacts. And there's this new law that says if the scientists can't find any ancient relics in the ruins, then the ruins aren't historically important, and so don't get any protections. That means the sacred space could be dishonored by random hikers. I mean, of course, the scientists won't find any relics. They aren't even allowed inside. So, the land is really in peril right now. It's just a mess. Just hurry up and find the criminal, okay?
Ah, so you finally made it, Detective. I was hoping you'd be delayed, so we could have more excitement. Well, of course. My sister Belinda dragged me here all of a sudden for a quiet retreat. But I don't much like quietly retreating. I'd rather have the suspense of a conniving thief in our midst. You skipped to the last page? Don't spoil the ending for me. The businessman Vadim gave me that book last night. I haven't finished it yet, and I don't know anything about those numbers. They better not be important to the story. No, I'm trapped in this bed. There's nothing at all to see here. But I did hear a young girl pacing outside my door before the theft. She seemed very flustered. I called her inside and we talked a bit about books. She was a student at the university. Suddenly she said she needed to go. What a sad girl. Yes. My husband and I used to go on dates at the ruins. The night sky and the fresh air, all surrounded by the history of the island. It's a very romantic spot, you know.
Ah, good. You finally arrived to sort this out. Check through my suitcase and I'll be on my way, detective. Good gods, this is truly obscene. The historian likely dropped the book in the lake himself. You've seen how his hands shake. And now he's trying to frame one of us. That historian! He's a madman! He tore through our rooms this morning, screaming about his wretched book. Numbers? I'm afraid I don't know anything about that. I picked up that book in a small market last week. It wasn't my cup of tea, so I gave it to Rad Miller. A wasted opportunity at the moment. Who doesn't love the idea of visiting a tomb thousands of years old? Who wouldn't love the sense of discovery and heritage? Who wouldn't pay dozens and dozens of glowstones for that kind of experience? I'm going to bring that dream to life. I promise you that.
You don't look like any detective I've ever seen. I won't be answering your questions.
Have you any progress?
don't think you're a real detective at all. That's an old poem from the native people on the Teefmore Bluffs. I keep it with me as a reminder to always be thankful. Yes, I have. Those musicians have been desperate to get out of here since the moment the book went missing. They've been singing all kinds of obnoxious songs about this situation. Annoying fiends. Those ruins mean everything to me. All I've ever wanted is to preserve that sacred ground.
Hello again, Detective.
What's the dirt? You skipped to the last page?
Don't spoil the ending for me.
The businessman Vadim gave me that book last night. I haven't finished it yet.
And I don't know anything about those numbers.
They better not be important to the story. No, I'm trapped in this bed. There's nothing at all to see here. But I did hear a young girl pacing outside my door before the theft. She seemed very flustered. I called her inside and we talked a bit about books. She was a student at the university.
Suddenly she said she needed to go. What a sad girl. Yes, my husband and I used to go on dates at the ruins. The night sky and the fresh air,
All surrounded by the history of the island. It's a very romantic spot, you know.
Just hurry up and find the criminal, okay?
What a mess this is.
Hi. I'm not really sure what's going on. Oh my gods, what happened? Oh, right. There was an emergency, but don't worry, everything's okay now. Of course. Those halls belong to my ancestors, and my aunt lives on the property. I mean, for now, she's probably going to have to sell it. Oh, are you sure it's necessary? Okay, it's just on the ground.
Aha, good news. The real detective has arrived. What a mess this is. Been thinking about it. This place is empty most of the time. Tourism on the Teefmore Bluffs isn't what it once was. And the milling industry isn't all fancy and upcoming like before. Got that letter in the mail just a few days ago. Seems like my ticket out of here. This place gets a little too gloomy for me. Just about everyone in this area has an opinion on them. Indigenous people think no one should even look at them. Most everyone else just wants to see what's inside. I had a pal who snuck inside when we were kids. She wouldn't tell me what she saw in there though. Kinda doubt she actually did it. Not exactly. Well, there was this strange thing. I felt...
Can I help? Oh, are you sure it's necessary? Okay, it's just on the ground. Can I help? Okay, you caught me, alright? I know how to get into the ruins and I've been going in there for years. Is that what you want to know? So yes, it was me. Translation book? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, gosh. I thought you were looking for a trespasser. I didn't steal them. They belong to my ancestors. Everyone, except my aunt and my parents who think the ruins need to stay empty for our old spirits. But there aren't any spirits. I've been in there 100 times. I just wanted to bring home one last reminder of the ruins. I was hoping to defend them like my aunt always has.
Are you the impromptu detective? Sorry it took me so long to get here. The innkeeper just filled me in on the situation. It seems like you've been doing good work here. Do you have a prime suspect? Really? That's very interesting. Let me have a look around and see if I can confirm your suspicions. Looks like you're well on your way to becoming a full-fledged detective. Certainly nice to have someone else carry out the interrogations. Sad story this is. Looks like Helena was hoping to sell off the land to the tourist industry. Worth quite a lot of money. Says she was trying to take a final look inside the ruins. That's why she needed the book. Must have been having second thoughts about selling the land. Unfortunately for her, we've now got solid evidence that the ruins are filled with ancient relics. No chance of selling the property now. Ownership will most likely default to university. Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't reward you for your work. Please, accept these glowstones I'm authorized to award good Samaritans like yourself. And I believe my work here is just about done.